Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Arshi's Gallery. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss about the techniques and process how you can teach your child before numbers or after numbers. In my previous videos also I have shown some of the techniques to teach the before numbers because it is one of the toughest toughest topic that we can teach to our children. They don't remember before numbers very easily, so it requires lot of practices. Well, the first and foremost thing that we can do while teaching before number is clapping. First of all, clapping, it will help them, it will make them fun to learn before numbers or backward numbers as well. So initially I have taught auditory from 20 to 0. At first I have taught her with clapping like 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So as the way we pronounce the numbers, it should feel them fun, and the and sound should be as more as you can while clapping. They should feel like they are enjoying, they are playing a game while learning the numbers. So this is the first technique that you can follow while teaching before numbers. The same way, while teaching the forward number also, first use the clapping technique, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So initially, if you practice more and more this clapping technique, they will remember those numbers. Next comes the practice or other techniques or other ways through which you can make them remember those numbers. So what I did is I made one activity sheet. In this activity sheet, I made butterfly on one side, and I have drawn books on the other side. So what I did is I asked her to write forward numbers from 0 to 10 in one of this side of the butterfly, 1 to 10. Again, on the other side of the butterfly, she will write from 10 to 0. So even if while writing the backward number, if she forgets one number, she will look at the other side and she can see the number and she will write it. So it is very important to first write the forward number and on the other side write the same numbers at back or in the backward sequence. So from top to bottom. Again, in the books also, in one side I have used the same technique. I asked her to write 11 to 20 forward counting. Again, on the other part of the book, I asked her to write 20 to 10, so that even if she forgets one number, she can look at the other side and immediately write that number. So she will recognize the numbers by looking. At first, while looking at the numbers, she will remember, she will recognize that, oh, this is the backward number. What comes before 13? It is 12. She will look at here and she will write the number here. So once this practice is being done for 1 week or 2 weeks, she is familiar with the numbers, then we can move on to the other techniques, other ways through which this backward counting can be taught. I always prefer to make the TLMs or teaching learning material which are easily available at home. So because one of the reason is that the child becomes familiar with the object and they will be surprised, and they will what I have seen that auditory feels very energetic and very she finds interest while doing any learning any concept if I use some teaching learning materials which are easily available at home, because she has already seen those objects and I made one TLM with that. So similarly I made another TLM. This is very common. We bring eggs with these objects. These are easily available in the market. So what I did is, here I taught her forward counting. I made, it is very simple technique. I made I cut the pieces of papers and I wrote some numbers in it. So I've seen that these hill areas are number 1 to 30. So I cut papers according to the number 1 to 30. I pasted, actually this activity is being done already done with my daughter, so you can see that these numbers are already pasted at the top. But initially what I did, I pasted only these numbers 1, 7, 13, 19 and 25. Initially I pasted only these numbers and I asked her to paste the numbers according to the forward counting. So and I gave those papers nearby and I asked her to find out those numbers, like what comes after 1. She find out that 2 comes and then she pasted number 2 here. Again similarly, what comes after 2? It is 3. She find out number 3 and she pasted number 3 this paper here. Similarly 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In this way accordingly she pasted up to number 30. This is forward counting. Once this forward counting is done, I move on to the backward counting. That is, as I said, that I didn't teach her too much backward counting numbers. I taught her only 20 to 0. So here the numbers she has done, you see. She has pasted the numbers. Similarly here also I cut pieces of papers in the form of circles and she put the glue in it and she pasted the numbers like 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Actually the way she finds out, this is a very interesting game for them. She finds out those numbers, she has to select the numbers and then she has to put the correct number in it. So Oratory found it very interesting while doing this activity, and these are very easily available at home. So again after 16 it is 15, 14. For the convenience of your child, what you can do, you can also paste some numbers already before using this activity. You can paste the numbers like 20, 15, 10, 0 and your child will accordingly paste the before numbers. It is like missing numbers. In the form of missing numbers, your child will find out, because some of the numbers will already been given and she or he, your child, will put only the before numbers. Like 20, if it is already given, your child will put 19, 18, 17, 16, 15 is already given, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 is already given. If you already paste the number 10, then your child will put the next before number, that is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 is given, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is one of the technique which you can, one of the activities I would say, you can follow with your child. And this TLM is very easy to make. It doesn't take much time and it will be very encouraging for your child also. This is one of the way. And I made one more teaching aid for my daughter. Here what I have done, I took a hard paper and I have written some numbers 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and I put a thread. I made a hole in one side, another side also I made some hole and I have put some thread in it. Again this is the pointer, you can see. So what you have to do, you have to ask your child to move this pointer according to the before numbers, or if you want to teach forward number initially from 0 to 20, that also you can follow with this technique. What you have to do, you ask your child to say the forward numbers, backward numbers, and to move these pointers according to the number. Like suppose it is first 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So in this way you can follow this before number counting. Again the same way you can also follow the forward number also. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the way you pronounce these numbers, that also grabs the attention of your child. So make the learning as much fun, as much full of fun as you can. So you have to be like a child while teaching your kids. So you have to be at your age. Another teaching learning material I made with this piece of paper. I made this mango with a hard piece of paper. What you can do, you can ask your child which fruit do you like most or which vegetable you like most, and you can also you can also cut a piece of paper whichever your child likes. So as my daughter is very favorite, the daughter's favorite fruit is mango, so I've made a mango actually with this piece of paper, and I cut these lines and I also made a very long paper like this and have written the numbers 0 to 10. For backward numbers, how will you teach? You have to put this number like this, you have to enter the numbers like this, you have to put the numbers, and you have to ask your child to take the numbers out from this side, as it is a backward number. So what she will do, it is 10. What is the next number? 9, 8, 7. What is the before number? 6. Before number? 5. Before number? 4. This is the activity which she is doing. She will be holding this paper, she will be turning this paper, and she will changing the numbers. So this is one activity. She will be involved in this activity, and your child will also find interest in it. 4. What comes before 4? It is number 3. What comes before 3? Number 2. What comes before 2? It is 1. What comes before 1? It is 0. So you see how easily your child can learn before numbers from 10 to 0. But make sure that whichever object you are making, that object should be your child's favorite object. It could be fruits, vegetables, or toys, anything you could make, but make two sides with this. Like this, you have to make two gaps and put the piece of paper in it and keep it. Ask her to change the numbers. Ask her to hold one side of the paper and just pull it and change the numbers. Similarly, when you see that your child is familiar with 10 to 0 backward number, you can also try with these numbers 20 to 11. Similarly, you put these numbers here in this way. You can put the numbers here and you ask your child to pull these numbers like 20. What comes before? 19, 18, 17, 16. What comes before? 15, 14, 13, 12, and then 11, Then what is the before number? 10. So in this way you can teach before numbers to your child. The same way you can teach forward numbers also. You can, in that in that case, what you have to do, if you are teaching the forward numbers, what you have to do in case of forward numbers, first of all your counting will start from this number 11. Your counting will start from number 11. So it is 11, next is 12. What comes next? 13, 14, 15, and then next number, what comes next? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is the way through which you can teach forward numbers as well as backward numbers. Here you can see I have written some other numbers. Actually I prepared up to 50, but I haven't started teaching her these numbers at a time, because learning before numbers, it takes some time. My daughter should be familiar with the numbers, and then once she is totally free and very much sure about the numbers and confident about the numbers from 20 to 0, then I move on to another number, like from 30 to 21. So before doing these activities, I always practice with clapping. As much as she is very much comfortable while doing clapping, she is very much confident with the numbers while doing clapping, then I move on to these activities. Once these activities are with these numbers, she is very much confident, then I move on to the writing technique. As I have shown you that in one side I have drawn butterflies, in one side I have drawn I have written forward numbers, and again I ask her to write backward number on the other side of the butterfly. Similar in case of books, but writing part actually comes later on. I always prefer that oratory first of all understands the numbers, maybe by while looking or by doing these activities. Then I move on to writing part, because by that time she is more confident, and she don't lose the confidence while doing numbers. Because if your child once loses the confidence, once they are confused, and once they are afraid of numbers, they are scared of numbers, you won't be able to teach maths in future classes, in future courses actually. So try to make maths full of fun, and they shouldn't feel that it is something very scary, something very full of burden. So especially in case of maths, you need to make some TLM, some teaching learning materials, so that they can find more interest in it and they feel the mathematics as full of fun. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment. And if you have any more suitable or any more valuable ideas, you can please suggest me. Thank you very much for watching this video, viewers. Thank you.